What hurts me is when we as black men feed into that stereotype. Not saying T.O. did this in this particular moment, but what he did after the fact really is what has propelled him into the Victim Olympics. Welcome back to the Biblical Conservative channel, where we come against the anti-God, anti-biblical, anti-American, anti-human, racist spirit that is looking to prevail in this land. Please be sure to like, subscribe, share this video, share all my videos, hit that notification bell so you can receive the latest notifications when the newest videos are released. So, we have another entrant in the Victim Olympics. This time is Hall of Fame receiver Terrell Owens. So for those of you who don't know, Terrell Owens was recently in an incident with a white woman down in Florida where she claims that he was speeding and he got out and recorded, and she claims that he parked his car and Terrell Owens called her a Karen, and she happened to say that she was afraid because a black man was walking over to her car, just playing on all of the racial stereotypes.
I'm good. What's up, sir?
What's going on, folks?
I'm driving to my mailbox. She telling me I'm speeding, telling me to slow down. First of all, I didn't harass you. She telling me to slow down. I said, what do you mean slow down? I said, yo, I'm just going to the mailbox. First of all, I didn't almost hit you. Now you just making up stuff.
No, I literally
just like a Karen.
You almost hit me.
How did I almost hit you and I'm going to the mailbox?
I was a Karen.
Yeah, I'd call you a Karen when I came over here after you said I called the police. First of all, I didn't almost hit her. Sir,
Okay.
No, I'm
Okay.
fine, sir. First of all, I didn't almost hit her.
I understand that. Just relax.
I'm not finna sit up here.
He ran the stop sign.
Well, there is no stop sign. What are you talking about?
I understand that. Where did you get?
I wasn't, but I asked him to slow down, and he got out of his car and started harassing me. He put his car in park.
Right, because you're gonna yell at me and telling me I'm almost hit you, and I didn't. You have to talk to me that way either, Karen.
You're a black man approaching a white woman.
First of all,
You know, back in the day, it was true that a lot of white people feared black men because of the sexualized nature and the way that they depicted black men in movies, in newspapers and magazines, and just in the mindset of white people. They've always visualized black men as these sexual beasts that can't control their emotions, that are not rational, that can't think, that they're pretty much animals. And you know, what hurts me is when we as black men feed into that stereotype. Not saying T.O. did this in this particular moment, but what he did after the fact really is what has propelled him into the Victim Olympics. So T.O. went on TMZ and was talking about how he could have died if somebody else showed up instead of the police officer that did.
Well, man, honestly, like I said, I mean, just with the statement that she said, in the video, just saying I'm a black man approaching a white woman. Again, like I said, if the wrong type of cops would have come out, and it, like I said, they got the wrong type of information. And you saw the video, she started crying. You never know how that situation could have turned. And so for me, I was very aware of the situation. Like I said, the world got to see what a lot of us black people have been sharing with America for so many years with what happened with George Floyd. It took a camera and almost 9 minutes for people to witness and see what I experienced, in the other night. It took them to experience that, to experience what I've been going through. I've done it, I've been in certain situations like that before. And what we as a black community have been experiencing for many, many years. So I said that because that situation could have gone left. Bro, we could be talking, or I wouldn't even be here talking if that situation would have gone so bad. Bro, I could have died, to be quite honest, because there's been a number of situations and countless Black men and people have been in this situation and they didn't live to tell their truth. You think about the Emmett Till situation years ago. I always heard about the Emmett Till situation, but once I posted the video and I kept seeing the comments of Emmett Till, this is similar. I researched it and I'm like, man, I was blown away because I didn't know the details of how he died. And honestly, like I said, what she stated in those in that clip, in that video, was false accusations to the nth degree. And I took it to heart. And I say that because honestly, man, the roles could have been reversed and I could have died, bro. I mean, I could have died.
So 2 things. Number 1, that plays into the narrative that all cops are bad, which is wrong. I'm not saying all cops are good, but it plays into that narrative that if the wrong cop showed up, that the cops were coming to kill Black men. And so he came from that approach. And then T.O. had the audacity to compare himself to Emmett Till, calling this an Emmett Till situation. So if you don't know much about Emmett Till, I advise you to check out a previous video that I did talking about the Emmett Till situation. This is in no way related to Emmett Till. Number 1, Emmett Till happened in 1955 and the racial climate in America was much different than it is now. And number 2, please, T.O., don't compare yourself to Emmett Till. Emmett Till was a 14-year-old boy. You are a 40-year-old grown man. Some woman who was either drunk or afraid or maybe was racist herself called you or pointed you out and said you were speeding, and then she happened to say some things about you coming over to her and you're a Black man approaching a white woman. That doesn't equate with you being Emmett Till. Those are 2 separate things. And another thing I will say is that it's unfortunate that the lady's husband was there too, but instead of him being a strong man, he didn't step in and defuse or de-escalate the situation. He was just a beta male, just standing idly by and let his woman and T.O. go at it. That reflects the feminist spirit that has taken root in this land. And so therefore you have these women who are thinking they're men actually challenging and arguing with a grown man, T.O., a former NFL player, and yet she has the boldness and the courage to actually approach this man and cuss the man out. It is a reflection. It is a microcosm of the environment, of the spirit that is in America. The Bible talks about how the love of men will wax cold in the last days. People do not have respect for one another. They don't have a love for one another. This is an incident that could probably have been resolved with a quick, yeah, I'm sorry, you were speeding a little bit, I just wanted to talk to you about that, blah, blah, blah. But instead it escalated to the point to where T.O. now feels that he is afraid. Please, T.O., don't use this, don't milk this. That's why I say he's the latest entrant in the Victim Olympics. See, when you enter the Victim Olympics, when you're hooked on the crack of victimization, which a lot of Black men are hooked on the crack of victimization, whenever you have an opportunity to play the victim, you milk it. Just like Bishop Lamore Whitehead did in New York City, T.O. is milking it. He's going on TMZ talking about it. This was not that level of an incident, T.O., but yet you choose to do that. But the purpose of this channel is to say that no, we are not victims. We are empowered for greatness. We will not buy into the victim mindset that this culture, that the media, that the government, and that white liberals want us to have, to feel sorry for ourselves. No, we have our own agency. We want the government to get out of our way. We want the media to get out of our way and stop using race to divide us. So, T.O., welcome to the Victim Olympics. But here, we are not victims. We are empowered for greatness. Thank you so much for liking your comments and subscribing to the channel. Please share this with your friends. Smash that like button. Smash the subscription bell. Share this with everybody you know. We're trying to make sure people understand that they're not victims, that they are empowered for greatness, and all this stuff that's out here that's telling them otherwise is false and will not benefit them in the end. So please, I appreciate that. Share that.